Ladies and gentlemen, it is my privilege, it is my honor to present to you Pippi Ardennia, this beautiful spirit, beautiful soul that I am blessed to know. Come on in here, gorgeous. I mean, if you look that good, you can be late, frankly. So come on up here, sister. Let's give her a big round of applause. I can't wait to hear what you have to say to us.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Teresa. Thank you, everybody. How's everybody doing? Well, I'm doing a lot better now that I'm here. Yeah, it's really amazing talking about the roles that we take on in these changing times. And I took this up. You know, I thought about it, and then I didn't think about it. Then I thought about it, and I didn't think about it. And then yesterday, I started thinking about it in the context of who I am completely. And then I started to really realize this morning, about 8 o'clock, what it was really all about to me. I stayed up until 5 o'clock this morning because my daughter went to Vegas. I asked her when she left to go to Vegas, I said, please promise me that whatever you do in Vegas, you tell me. And so, and her and her cousins, they laughed about that whole concept and idea. And so, but then she called me up and about 10:30 our time, and she was very upset. And I said, what's going on? She had gotten there Thursday, and now she was practically in tears. And I said, what happened? And she said that her and her cousin had gotten into it. She didn't understand what happened. Her cousin had acted really funny with her in front of her friend, and she felt horrible, and she was coming home. And I was trying to talk her down to get her feelings, you know, to get in the right space. So I didn't want her to move from where she was because she was not thinking clearly. I wanted her to, you know, feel love, you know, and to feel, you know, the energy of, I'm okay, I'm leaving because I want to, not because of what somebody else is doing to me. And if she wanted, she could get another room and she can still enjoy Vegas, you know. And I was trying to talk all of this to her, so actually I was supposed to be going to sleep. And then what happened was that wasn't happening because we talked down, she made the decision that she was going to go, and then she couldn't get her information on the not her GPS, I'm on the GPS mode because that was my trip coming here. But anyway, she was trying to get her information on her phone. Her phone wasn't working well enough for her to get the information, so I had to go on the computer, get the information about the flight, and then she was fine. And then waiting, and she was on standby. So anyway, so I'm up the whole night. I don't go to bed until about 5 o'clock this morning. But what I had realized, one of the conversations we had was, she said, so Mommy, after she had calmed down and she was waiting, sitting in the airport, she said, Mommy, what are you going to be doing today? And I said, well, I gotta speak over at Lake Harriet Spiritual Center, and then I'm going to be doing a fashion show with my designer later on. And so I got to talk about, you know, our roles in these changing times. And she said, wow, and I said, and today is Mommy's birthday. My mother, she passed away 2 years ago. And when I was asked to do this, they gave me 2 dates, and I said, it has to be this date because it's my mother's birthday. And so when I was sharing this with my daughter, she said to me, she said, wow, she said, Mommy, I hate calling you when I have this drama, I said, no, that's exactly what mommy was for me all the time when I had stuff to think about. I was always calling her, and no matter what time, she would wake up and she'd listen to my story and talk me down. Talk me down, come on, you know what? You're good, it's all good, you're okay, everything is cool. Think about where you're feeling, what you're feeling. Don't get pissed off with anybody, you know, that's the shit. And she would talk me down. And I was doing the same for my daughter, as I usually do. But I was telling her that I wish that I still had mommy to call. So I'm sharing that part of the story because when my mother passed, because this is the part that I realized that I had to share with you. When my mother passed, I'm the eldest of 12. And so, of course, she's the matriarch, and who's next in line? That's what they thought. Because I knew I couldn't do this. I couldn't do that. I didn't have the capacity to be the matriarch of my family, and I wasn't going to do it. But as I kept thinking that I was going to take that role, I, throughout that whole time, had a splitting freaking headache during the time. I mean, my head was like, there was like a circle going around my head, and I thought that I was never going to get this headache. I took stuff, nothing was stopping it. And finally, what I had to do was go to a friend of mine who was into alternative healing, and he did some needleless acupuncture on me, and I was in a dark room, and then I just started crying because I didn't want to take this role, but I got clarity. And what I shared with my family prior to the funeral was that you all are looking for a matriarch. Mommy has passed on. She has given us all so much. Now it's time to be your own matriarch. It was the bravest thing I've ever done. To care for myself that much. And to care for my brothers and sisters that much. For them to be their own person, to play their own role in their own movie, in their own life. And so, I wrote this song, Joe and I want to share it with you. We wrote this yesterday, and it is this. This is Joe Schad. He's one of my fantastic Pip Jazz youth artists at my Pip Jazz Sunday shows that we do every second Sunday. And of course, we couldn't print it out because my printer wasn't working and neither was his. The GPS wasn't working. Nothing was working, but we got here. So, here we go. I've been thinking about my life, and as a child, what I do, and the movie in my mind fast forwards, and it brings me to you. I thought of all I'd have now. It's a life that I dreamed, realizing it's all right now, 'cause I'm who I'm meant to be in this life. in this life. There's no need to rewind all the roles that I have played. Perceived good, perceived bad, but it's the role that I laid. 'Cause all I really have is now is a dream that I live. I realize it's always now, 'cause I'm the heart ready to give. I'm ready to give in this life. In this life. Yes. In this life. Everything is what it should be. Nothing's missing, nothing broken. And I see everything is as it should be. My eyes are open, I'm being present, and I'm living free in this life. In this life, I am free to be me. In this life. Was an amazing place to find that I am really okay with that. But that first step 2 years ago was a huge step for me to decide what role I would take. And so this has been happening for the last couple of years. And my girlfriends over here, they so know, because I've been sharing with them every step of the way, that I've been going through all these different changes, and each of these changes that I've been going through has been really a declaration of me making a choice on what role I am going to play. And so that movie in my mind is identifying to me the life I've already created and the life that I will create, based on my choice and based on who I want to be. God, that is deep. That is so heavy, because not only is it responsibility for me to take on, which is my short version of how I respond to my abilities, but it's also, it just takes so much honesty and clarity to be okay to say, I don't think I like this. Or, I really, really love this. You know? And also, even working in the spectrum of time and accomplishments and desires, are they really mine? I mean, do they belong to me, or are they somebody else's? Ideas, programs, stuff that I've just kind of embraced. And I think that's what my mom did. She embraced motherhood as a real deal. I mean, it was a real deal. And she embraced it so tough, I didn't want to be that kind of mother. Because I just didn't see how you're going to have a life. I mean, she just was the mother of life to us. And she dealt with each of us individually. And I feel like her spirit is just pushing me on to just live my life and to be as real as possible and to not go into that, what it is that they say you should be. And anyway, the other thing is, who are they? I keep hearing what they say, and I keep on trying to figure out who the heck are they? Who are those people? So, as we keep developing and opening ourselves up, it's like, what do you really hear? So I was working on all this music when I first came here, and this one song woke me up out of bed, and it wouldn't let me sleep. And so I liken this song to that real song, that real mantra that is happening on the inside of each of us that won't let us sleep. And if we answer to it, then you can go back to sleep and be fine. But if you don't, it just keeps you up. And this song woke me up, and it's called Beautiful Music. Hearing this beautiful music, sweet, sweet melody, yes, kind of song that you can hum to, some sweet, sweet harmony. Feeling this beautiful music. The kind that captures your heart. The kind of song that you can dance to. Real close with your lover in the dark. Dance real close with your lover in the dark. Song goes over in your head like a song you haven't sang. It's like a time machine that just keeps like it was a perfect night. Everything is going right. It's like a time machine that just keeps. The song goes over in your head like a song you haven't sang. It's like a time machine that just keeps bringing you back to the music, back, a sweet music, bringing you back to the music, back, sweet, sweet music. I'm hearing this beautiful music. Such a sweet, sweet melody. of song that you can hum to. Sweet harmonies. I'm feeling this beautiful music. Kind that captures your heart. The kind of song that you can dance to real close with your lover in the dark. Real close with your lover in the dark. The song goes over in your head like a song you have been singing. It's like a time machine. It's like it was a perfect night. Everything is going right. It's like a time machine that just keeps. This song goes over in your head like a song you haven't sang. A time machine that just keeps bringing you back. Woo! It just brings you back. It's gonna bring you back. It'll keep bringing you back to that sweet, sweet music. Beautiful music. Sweet, sweet music that I hear. Beautiful music. Sweet, sweet, sweet music I hear. I hope you answer that. I hope you answer that inside of you. Thank you. But it really is about answering that mantra, that thing that's inside of you that keeps you up, isn't it? And you really can't answer it if you are not willing to actually be honest with your true feelings and who you really are. And that could be the toughest thing. I'm gonna tell you, it was really tough for me because I was the oldest. I'm still the oldest in the family. And I was the peacemaker because I was the one that had to take care of everybody when mom and dad was gone. And then when mom and dad broke up, I was the one that was taking care of things for mom. And then if my brothers and sisters didn't do what my mother said for us to do, then I don't know how you all were brought up, but I was responsible. So I'd get in trouble because I was supposed to have the ability to make them do what they were supposed to do. So it took a whole lot of negotiating, talking, threatening, and stuff like that. And I learned how to really be a great negotiator, especially with all the personalities I was dealing with. And I was only dealing with 8 of them because by the time I left, you know, the other ones came afterwards. So, but the point was that I had to learn how to take on responsibility and to be nice, thoughtful, understanding, kind, generous, giving, when I really didn't want to. And those are habits that don't die easily at all. Those are roles that you take right into the workplace and school and everything, you know? When the kids used to want to beat me up at school because my hair was long and woolly and they wanted me to wear pigtails, which I didn't understand what that was about. And I could not, you know, understand why they didn't like me. And so I was always trying to make nice. And I'm trying to figure out why they still didn't like me. Or when I go into the workplace and I have these weird freaking bosses that just don't get it, and they are totally wiping all of their employees out, and I'm the one that everybody's coming to, and I am trying to negotiate it with the boss that, well, you know, it's because you don't quite understand exactly what they're needing. And so, like, I'm in the middle of negotiating, right? I'm one of them, but I'm like talking for them. And so, I mean, I was playing these roles all my life, and really to no satisfaction of myself, because I found myself sometimes not being authentic. I felt kind of odd. Sometimes I got angry, and I never showed it. And so, and then I would do things up until recently. I was taking on a whole bunch of positions that I should not have taken on, you know, being on boards and things of that nature. And so just last week, I just told a couple of people I wasn't going to do it anymore. I can't do it. I am finding myself in my real, I'm taking care of me. And in me taking care of me, let me tell you what I found out. When I decided not to be the matriarch of my family, wow, my brothers and sisters are really together. They are taking care of themselves so good. And we are really all very, I mean, like everything that mommy gave us is just rose up inside of them. And they got it. They got this. And just think, if I had taken that role, they'd still be fumbling in the dark. Isn't that amazing? I just think it's amazing because I would have never thought it. You know, I think the support is there to support someone, but you know, really when you become a crutch for someone, that's an issue. And you know, my daughter is 26 years old that I was dealing with last night. I'm talking about 40 and 50-year-old folks that was up there talking about, well, you gonna be the matriarch? You got, you know, you gonna take mommy's place, right? No. I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? So that's a different story. And so, so then I started thinking also that I was going to speak about how my life has been taking this whirlwind of change and what that means. So here I am. I'm a singer, songwriter, founder of my organization, and the hostess of Pip Jazz Sundays. And then I'm also a leasing consultant for the building that I live in part-time. And then my role recently changed from a part-time leasing consultant to winning the award for Leasing Consultant of the Year, which I had no idea how that was gonna go down. And when I got nominated, I was like, hey guys, did you ever forget that I'm part-time? You know, and there's no way that I'm gonna win, you know, because I'm against all these full-time people. And then I win. So now I'm in the position right now where I'm trying to transition out of this because I'm really focused on my new release of my CD and what I'm getting ready to do now. And I'm going to be moving forward to traveling and, you know, and promoting my music. But now I'm feeling that thing of that anchor that's saying, well, you can't leave this now. You know, you just, this is a part of who you are. This is what you're supposed to do. And I've had to deal inside of me and say, no, that's not it. So there's a whole lot of observations that I've had in my world that has helped me, you know, kind of find my path in different times in my life. And one of the things was that I always thought that, You know, I come up as a Pentecostal, so we're the Holy Rollers. So we know how to really get down. You know, like you all, I mean, I come to Lutheran land and I was like, wow, y'all don't do nothing, you know? Like, we are like, the preacher says, what? He said, yeah. You know, I mean, you know, he say, what? Yeah, what? Yeah, what? Yeah, you know. And we got to get busy. You know, you got to be alive. You know, if the music is getting you, you jump up, you get down in it. And I am so animated in most cases and I wasn't even one of the most animated in church. You know, I was pretty much conservative to everybody else. And so now, but I used to watch all these ministers, the ministers I would see on television, the ministers that were in our congregation and in our larger group organization. And I would see something happen to them. Even as a young girl, I would actually see something happen. And I didn't realize it then, but looking back now, I do. Something would happen to them where their heart to change people's hearts changed to the business of being the head of the church. And it changed their eyes, the look in their eyes. It changed the way they did things. It changed the way they talked. And I always noticed that, but I didn't quite understand it. But now that these last couple of years, I'm noticing more myself, how that triggers, how being in a relationship that I shouldn't be in, but I'm gonna stay in it because, or I'm working somewhere where I shouldn't be working anymore, but I'm gonna stay in it because, or I'm gonna hang with these people that I've been hanging with, even though we're not getting nothing out of it anymore, but because. Or I keep wearing the same outfit that I keep wearing, you know, and I keep it in my closet forever, even though I don't use it and I don't really like it anymore, but I keep it because. That is the freedom that I'm moving myself from. I'm asking myself, really? So I won't have any regrets. So this last song I'm going to sing is dedicated to everyone for that reason, and it's called Here's to Life. No complaints and no regrets. I still believe in chasing dreams and making bets. And I have learned that all you give is all you get. So give it all you got. I had my share, I drank my fill, and even though I'm satisfied, I'm hungry still to see what's down another road beyond that hill and do it all again. So here's to life and all the joy it brings. Here's to life, to dreamers and their dreams. Funny how the time just flies when love can turn from warm hellos to sad goodbyes and leave you with the memories you memorize to keep your winters warm. There's no yes in yesterdays, and who knows what tomorrow brings or takes away. But as long as I am in this game, I'm gonna play for laughs, for life, for love. Yeah! So here's to life and all the joy it brings. Here's to life, to dreamers and their dreams. May all your storms be weathered and all your good gets better. Here's to life. Here's to love. Here's to you. May all the stars you weather and all your good gets better. Here's to life. Here's to love. And here's to you. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you. God bless you all.